Aloha everyone, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with your pick a card reading for what does your inner child want to tell you. So we're going to look into messages from your inner child. So pile 1 is on the left, pile 2 is in the middle, and pile 3 is on the right. So take your time, connect in with yourself and your inner child and choose your pile. Timestamps will be in the description box below, and I will meet you in your reading. Aloha pile 1, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with your pick a card spirit messages for what does your inner child want to tell you right now. So we want to look at just messages from your inner child. We're going to leave it up to spirit for what they want to talk about there. So before we get started, I want to say thank you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for hitting that bell button. All those things help my channel to grow and expand. As well as thank you so much for your continued support. For those who have donated and commented, those things help so much. So I'm very appreciative. As well as I am doing a contest for the month of April, free to enter, free to win. How you do that, I'll let you know at the end of the video, as some are here for the messages and not for the contest. But the contest is to enter to win a 30-minute session with me personally. So if that interests you, just stick around till the end. And those who would like a private reading or energy clearing session or change work session with me, that information's in the description box below. So there's options there for what works best for you. All right, so let's get started. Pile 1, what does your inner child want to tell you? Okay, so you chose the pile with the rune of wholeness. This is the sun, the beacon, purpose, illumination, higher consciousness, sustenance, vitality, attainment. This is a rune of Odin. And the cards you got from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have out to sea, and then we have peace. Your inner child is wanting to give you, pile 1, a beacon of hope, okay? I feel like for this group, emotionally, like certain things are going really well for you, but emotionally, it feels like you're out to sea. For many of you, like I'm getting this strong feeling of feeling alone, lonely, like repressed in certain ways, not feeling like you can fully express yourself or be yourself, and you're wanting to come into that stage. So there's just like a resonance, a frequency that is, disarming, or uneasy, okay? But Spirit's saying that you're about to come into wholeness and peace. And what I'm seeing with this is that your inner child wants you to get back into your feminine energy of magnetism. I feel like with this group, the message that I'm getting from your inner child is that you've been working too hard or doing too much. And your inner child wants you to come into being for a little while. So this is the feminine energy of magnetism. That's our divine feminine side of ourselves. So they want you to be in meditation and connect with them. I do feel like there's some things that are clearing and healing here because we have this peace offering. So I feel like your inner child wants to bring a peace offering to you and you to them. I feel like with this group, your childhood, you did not have that much peace. So this would be a group who had a rougher start to your life. And in the home, there may not have been peace as often as you wanted it to be. I feel like with this particular group, this inner child is going through, yeah, my dog's sneezing. This group is going through a purification and a healing process of that inner child. So regardless of what age you are, we still have our inner children who, often need to be healed. So what they're showing is look up your Chiron placement in your chart, because Chiron is the wounded warrior. It's childhood wounds that turn into our strength. So what your inner child's telling me is you're about to come into wholeness. So things that were not working well in your life, or ways in which you've pushed away love or success, now we're coming into playful energy. My dog just started playing. So we're doing an inner child reading. I'm paying close attention to her because she picks up on the energies, and she is like an inner child. You know, our dogs are that childlike energy. Okay, so you're about to come into the wholeness that you've been looking for. We're going to go a little deeper, take a look at the tarot. We're going to look at the Tarot of Wonderland, the Alice in Wonderland tarot. This feels good. I just feel like your inner child's wanting to give you so much hope and bring you the element of peace, letting you know that number one, you're not alone. Okay, and that they do need you to connect with them. That's how you're going to get back into wholeness. I feel like there's been a little bit of a disconnect or disassociation for a time, and there maybe have been a feeling of loneliness that has come from you, but your inner child's wanting to let you know that you are coming into wholeness. You are coming into your completeness. Okay, let's see here. Cool. All right. Okay, so we have King of Cups and Queen of Cups. And then we have Nine of Wands. So in your inner child, for those of you who have been looking for a relationship, or maybe like the relationship that you're in, you haven't been feeling super peaceful about it, you're about to come into this element of peace. You're about to come into relationship if you're not in one. And this is with like soulmate type of love. This is also showing me your inner child saying your wholeness here is your divine feminine side of yourself and divine masculine side of yourself are coming into balance. And they want to acknowledge that you have persevered. The Nine of Wands is still standing after many battles, okay? Often these are represented as torches as well. Okay, so your light is still shining. And so Spirit's saying that what's happening right now is you're coming into balance. So taking that time to connect with your inner child is going to bring forward the opening for love, for relationships. Behind the scenes, Spirit is bringing things together. There is movement. Temperance is ruled by Sagittarius. There's exploration that's happening. So your inner child wants you to explore your relationship with them, as well as your relationships outside of you. So I do feel like you're coming into a stage where you are going to be entering into relationships of all different kinds that are balanced, harmonious, that are whole and complete. Okay, we have this Queen of Swords energy that's showing up. This feels like an outside energy or influence that has been what has kept you from your peace. Okay, this could be a mother wound. All right, so since we are speaking to the inner child, because they showed me the mother, and this would be a mother that would be rather unemotional, logical, quick-tongued at times. Could be a person of an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, so I feel like what is coming, you're about to get the spiritual lesson of why you went through that time of unrest or peace. So what happened with this, I feel like for many of you, because your inner child's saying, mother, mother. So there was something with your mother. This could be abandonment, abuse. This could be not feeling completely good enough. Okay, we all have stuff with our moms, that they're our prime teacher in the beginning. But what this is showing with the Hierophant has to do with long-term relationships, spiritual law, moving to the next level, taking things seriously in contracts and such, right? But it's spiritually focused. So Spirit is showing, your inner child is showing that you're going to be learning from your childhood wounding. I feel like for some of you, because like you guys feel like such loving and good-hearted people, playful in your natural right, but I feel like because you've had this person, so mother or a person of authority that you took seriously, it feels like it's unraveling the control that has happened, any type of feeling of unease, because I feel like with this group you kind of locked away your playful heart and took on the demeanor of this authority figure, more than likely female, doesn't have to be, but it feels female because I keep saying mother, right? And so, or a mother figure. And so your inner child, it shows like you've locked away that playful part of yourself, that peaceful part, like, so you went into overthinking and analytics and okay, am I good enough, like, am I worthy? Okay, and what they're saying is yes, a million times yes, you're worthy. You're coming into wholeness and you're coming back into your heart-based center. You're coming out of your mind and where you were wounded in your mind, and you're coming back into your emotional field balanced because you're including your inner child, and your inner child wants you to know that the message I'm getting is it's safe to love. You are enough. It's safe to be seen. It's time for peace. No more warring with yourself and those outside of you. Okay? I got a little bit of hiccups here. So there's been hiccups in your life, but that being said, you are transcending them. So your inner child's doing its best to balance with you at this time. They want you. The main message here is hope and peace. You're going from a time where maybe you felt depressed, too much on your plate, feeling like you've had to prove yourself for most of your life, and you're moving into a time of confidence and peace. Your inner child wants you to know that they love you very much, that you are whole and complete, and you are worthy of love. That's the big message. Like, you are worthy of love. It is time for you to open your big and beautiful heart, that you're safe to love and be loved, and that you are worthy and good enough. So spend some time in meditation. In any places, if you felt like you did not get the nurturing that you needed from your physical mother or your physical motherly authority figure, okay, give that to your inner child. Everything that you wish that you would have received, meditatively give that to your inner child. That's going to make you move into wholeness, to feel complete, to feel like you are able to open up. And what they're saying is you're going to really surprise yourself in how you're able to open up as you're working with your inner child. And I do feel like this group has done a lot of work around that, but now it's like integrating all the pieces so that you can move from self-improvement to acceptance, and then moving into relationship. Okay, so thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. And thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. For those of you who would like to enter the contest, here's how you do it. It's free to enter, free to win. So be a subscriber if you're not already. So subscribe and hit that bell button. Like and share this video. And in the comment section below, write, I am loved. And that will let me know that you would like to participate in the drawing. May 1st, I will do that drawing and announce the winner, and hopefully it is you. So thank you so much. Until next time, aloha. Aloha Pile 2, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with your spirit messages. Pick a card for what message does your inner child have for you? What does your inner child want you to know? So we're going to leave this open to spirit to see what your inner child is wanting to express to you for what's coming forward, possibly ways in which you can heal. We'll look into it and see. Before we get started, I want to say thank you Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for hitting that bell button. All those things help my channel to grow and expand, so I'm truly grateful, as well as big thank yous to those who continually support my channel through donation and comments. That all helps my channel to grow and expand, so I'm so thankful. I am doing a contest for the month of April, free to enter, free to win. How you enter that, I'll let you know at the end of the video. It is for a 30-minute session with me personally, so just stick around to the end if you're interested in that drawing, as well as those of you who would like a private reading or an energy clearing session or mentorship with me. That information is in the description box below, so there's options for you. So choose what works best for you. All right, so thank you so much. All right, pile 2, what does your inner child want to show you? All right. Okay, perfect. So we have signals here. I love that. I'm fairly certain that's signals. That was just funny. Okay, so your inner child, what they're showing to me, so this says mouth, communication, wisdom, sacrifice, poetry, incantation, language, and teacher. I feel like your inner child's really been trying to communicate with you through different signals and different knowledge here, okay? This is also saying that many of you are a channel. Your voice, your poetry, your incantations, they mean something, okay? So your inner child's wanting you to open up and allow yourself to communicate out loud what you want. You are here to teach others, and it's about to profit you, okay? We have milk and honey. So if you've been in a bit of a drought, your inner child's wanting to let you know that you are about to have plenty. And it's coming from your skills and abilities of communication. I feel like this group, you may be highly psychic as well. So some of you may read tarot or be channelers or be teachers or trainers of some kind. I feel like no matter what, you're naturally a leader and a teacher and trainer in your own right. And so your inner child, what they're showing is they would like for you to communicate with them more often. It's going to help it be easier for you to reach a larger audience. It's going to be easier for you if you connect with your inner child, because your inner child is what is connected to source. It's what's connected to your Amakua. That's what we call that in your ancestors in Hawaii. So your Amakua, your ancestors, all that is. Your inner child's the one that speaks to them and translates it up to you. So you've been really intuitive. They're saying really good at translating the signals, but they're coming in quicker, differently, and in a larger quantity is what they're showing. So your inner child is expanding its communication with you so that you can expand your communication with the outside world. So whatever it is that you've been wanting to share, there's some sort of knowledge that you have, whether it be spiritual, technical, matters not. You have knowledge to share with others. Now it does feel like it has a poetic flair. So some of you may be poets or singers, but this is showing through the mouth. So it's spoken word, throat chakra. Your vibration through your voice helps other people. So your inner child wants you to open that and allow yourself to speak more freely and communicate more freely, because what they're saying is it doesn't matter necessarily what you say, it's the frequency of how you say it is what is being translated to the other, and it's very healing for the people around you. It's very inspiring for the people around you as well, okay? I'm really loving that. I feel like you are a muse, a channel, okay? So use that. Yeah. Okay. All right, so your inner child wants you to let you know that using your life experiences, we're going through the tarot here, is going to help you through communicating them poetically, through song, artistically. It's going to bring you a harvest. And what they're saying is you can build a business around this. So if you were looking to build a spiritual business, or you wanted to be a teacher or trainer of some sort, it feels like your life experiences, what they're showing me, the things that you have been through, what you have overcome, are very inspiring to others. They may feel like normal life to you, and just like, I had to do this to survive, and this is what I've learned. But you have skill sets in what you have gone through and how you overcome it. Your process, the way that you channel, the way that you have transmuted pain into poetry is very useful for others. So we have the Lovers here. This card was originally called the Choice, okay? So you do have a choice here. I also feel like this group, you are wonderful lovers. They're showing me like Adele and like Taylor Swift, that you're able to use different things that you've gone through, because we have 7 of Cups and 10 of Wands, okay? So I feel like this group, you are amazing lovers, and your inner child showing that because you are willing to explore with your heart, and sometimes you've had different experiences in love. You've had burdens that you've had to release and that you're releasing now. And how you do that is through channeling and poetry and the transmutation of it. I feel like you use what you are feeling and you translate it and transmute it to something beautiful, okay? So, for instance, because they're showing me like how I grew up. I had a really rough childhood, right? Abandonment, abuse, all sorts of different things, right? And how I transmuted that energy was to take any pain that I was feeling and make it into poetry. So I was a poet at a very, very young age, and that's what opened the doors in my mind to be able to channel spirit, because I always felt like the poetry wrote itself, but it was a way for my emotions to express and change into something beautiful. It was like a reframe within my mind. They're saying you do that as well. You're able to take the pain of a circumstance or an emotion that feels dense and transmute it through poetry, spoken words, singing, vibration, and you're able to transmute that, okay? That's not a skill that everyone has. And so your inner child's letting you know that through doing that, and I do feel like because I'm having chills all over right now, mainly on my right side, so there's energy joining from father's side, so people who've passed away, right? You're helping your lineage. So I feel like through that vibration, singing, tones, poetry, spoken word, incantation, you are bringing forth this beautiful transformative energy, okay? I do think that you guys are fantastic lovers, but what they're showing is multifold. So your inner child saying this will be what brings you in your business. So many of you are going to be moving into entrepreneurship. They're saying use what you've gone through and how you've overcome it to teach other people. Okay, King of Pentacles is the entrepreneur. It's also King of Pentacles is King of Diamonds, which has amazing marriage karma. It's long-term success and relationships. You're coming into a time of plenty. So if you've gone through a lot, like the reason for your poetry has gone through a series of relationships that were tough or what have you, you're about to come into a beautiful time, okay? This Knight of Cups here shows the romantic side of things. It shows this beautiful person that's coming in to offer their cup, and they're super romantic, okay? they're a knight after all, and you're here to be loved, okay? And you're here to teach others how to be loved and how to transmute pain into, in some ways, profit, okay? It's like you're learning how to transmute that so that it's useful to yourself and others. Really beautiful energies here. And what your inner child's saying is that they've been giving you the signals that they are healed and they do feel free and they do feel ready to train others. And it's time for your abundance. It's time for you to receive what your inner child's saying is, this is rewards for work well done. You've already earned it. You've already done the work, okay? So this group isn't about healing the inner child. This is about working with the inner child, seeing the signals as they come along and expressing them. So this is about expression. This is very much throat chakra, okay? So if you've been blocked in that way before, your throat chakra is going to be, oops, where did those go? Your throat chakra is going to be opening up. You're going to be able to express yourself, and you're coming into a time of plenty after a time, I feel like, of lessons. And I love this group because I feel like you're willing to love and learn things through trial and error, okay? So with that Seven of Cups, you're learning how to discern the energies. You're learning how to express. And it's almost like you've had all these different relationships so that you can teach a multitude of others. So it's like you've put yourself into experiential learning, sometimes painful experiential learning, but you've put yourself in those situations unconsciously because your inner child knows that you're here for bigger things. You're here to teach a wider audience, so you need to have position points and frequencies so that you could be in rapport with lots of different types of people. So wonderful. So if you've been scared to move out, like into your own business or open that throat and communicate with others, you're here to do that. Your vibration matters, and your inner child is saying, look, I'm sending them signals all over the place. I'm sending them numbers, I'm sending them animals, I'm sending them colors, I'm sending them songs, okay, rainbows. Like, they're showing me, like, look, I'm showing pile 2 all of the signals. So it's time for you to do the thing, to use your incredible artistry, your voice, to transmute the energies and to be an inspiration and a teacher to others. So if you needed a signal, this is your signal, pile 2, okay? So thank you so much. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. For those of you who would like to enter the contest, it's free to enter, free to win. Here's how you do it. You be a subscriber if you're not already, so subscribe and hit that bell button. Like and share this video, and then in the comment section below, write, what do we want to say, signals. And that lets me know that you would like to participate in the drawing. I will do that May 1st. On video, I'll draw the winner and announce it then, and hopefully it is you. So thank you so much. Until next time, aloha. Aloha, pile 3. This is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with your spirit messages. We're going to be asking your inner child what they want to talk about with you. So there's a message from your inner child. What do they need to say? And it's a beautiful pick a card. So loving that pile 3. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for hitting that bell button. All those things help my channel to grow and expand. And huge thank you for the continued support through donation and comments. That helps a lot as well. So grateful. For those of you who would like to enter the contest, I'm having a contest for April, free to enter, free to win, for a 30-minute session with me personally. So yeah, I will let you know at the end how to do that, as some are here for the messages and not for the contest. And lastly, those of you who have asked for a private session or would like a mentorship, that information, the options are in the description box below. So check that out if you're interested there. Okay, so let's get started. Okay. So it's interesting because even at the beginning trying to talk, I found my brain was sort of doing like a loop, and I was saying things that were at the end of the sentence at the beginning of the sentence. So I had things a little switched around, all right? So the rune that you chose is the self, Manaz. This is humanity, ancestors' origin, your natural gifts, physical and spiritual cultivation. Okay. So, and then the card that you got, your oracle card, is never-ending story. So I feel like your inner child here, there seems to be some looping thoughts or this feeling that you go back into the same situations over and over again. And your inner child is wanting you to cultivate your relationship to yourself. So, and your relationship to your inner child. And they had me look at this here. So let's see if I can get that on camera where it focuses. So this little heart in here is like this dial. And she's sitting on a timer with the mirror. And it says never-ending story. And it's love me. Yes, no, yes, no. So it's like that heart. You know, they love me not. Okay. So I feel like you've been in question. Your inner child's basically saying you've been in question for the longest time of if you're lovable. Are you worthy of love? Where do you belong? Do you love yourself? Are people going to love me? Am I worthy? And they're saying, yes, you're absolutely worthy. But there's this looping pattern of thought. And remember, we're talking to the inner child. So there's something that happened during childhood that made you disconnect from self in some way or another. And often we do this when we go through traumas or situations that are tough in nature, or we've been abandoned as a child. There's a disconnect. We disassociate from ourself, our true self, and often our inner child. And what your inner child's wanting you to do is reconnect. So they're reaching out to you to reconnect. And I totally understand this one, so it's like I'm pretty open about my past. So, my mother did abandon me, so, and she had a drug problem and some other things. And so it's like having that trauma at the beginning of life, my early stages of life, disassociated from myself completely. So it was all outward focus, helping everybody else, and I didn't even know who I was. And so over the last 10 years, it's been this renewal of my relationship with my inner child. And so the reason I'm sharing that is that it doesn't have to take that long for you to come back into that. So it's showing that you're coming in and merging and re-emerging as yourself. Okay, so your inner child wants you to know that you are here. There's blessings for you. There's new beginning and passion for you in the reconnection with your inner child. The chakras involved here are the root, sacral, and the heart chakra. Okay, so what they're showing me is that you're moving into a time of reconnecting with your inner child and creating stability. You're creating stability within yourself, how you show up in the world, your sacral chakra. Okay, sacral chakra, how you're creative in the world. Okay, how you reproduce, how you come through in your sexual energy, how you come through in your home life and finances, and how you come through in your heart and love. Okay, so some of you, there may have been abandonment. Some of you, there may have been other traumas that affected the sacral chakra. Okay, I'm trying to be YouTube friendly here, but you know what you went through as a child. I don't have to keep saying that, right? but now there's a healing available to you. Now it's time to stop the never-ending story. Am I loved? Am I loved? Am I loved? Am I loved? Am I good enough? Am I good enough? Am I good enough? Okay. The answer is always yes. And now it's what you're yearning for is connection. So the first connection is you with you with your inner child. And that's the spiritual warrior. Our whole life purpose here is to right the relationship with self to self first before we start relating with others. Okay, so if there's been obstacles and barriers in love life, or feeling like this is like self-esteem's kind of fluctuates, you're either on high or you're on or you're moving through lows. Okay, but your inner child's really wanting to communicate with you to help you to come back into right relationship with yourself. We're going a little deeper here. All right, one more. Okay. So we have devil energy to start off, Capricorn energies here. So you may be Capricorn, dealing with Capricorn, or have it in your chart. And we have 8 of Swords. So that's the never-ending story. Some of you may have personally dealt with abuse or addiction, or the trauma from your childhood stems from that, okay? But what it's created is this prison in your mind. And so you've been going round and round in your mind. Notice that she is really close to all of these swords, so she could take the blinder off at any time or unhook herself. Like it's a false prison. So many of you may be working through codependency, working through addictions, working through toxicity. But the beautiful thing about the devil, or Capricorn, which Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so that's Saturn energy. Saturn is the cosmic father who says you will get what you want on earth, you will manifest a beautiful life for yourself, but you have to go through my test first, okay? Capricorn in the cosmos is the gateway to God. So Capricorn guards the gates. And so you do have to, and the devil would be 6th dimension energy of creation. Okay, so it's learning how to create through this trial and error, through learning where we may be attached or have unhealthy obsessions and toxicity, okay? But what it's showing is your inner child saying, I'm communicating with you. This communication and this change is coming in fast. And where this change is coming, where this communication and this illumination is coming, is around the moon here. So we have Pisces, and I like Cancer for this sign too, showing up just because they're ruled by the moon. So essentially, the illusions, you're about to move through the illusions, okay? The moon is what's hidden, the ways in which we need to nurture ourselves and nurture those around us. You're about to get communication from your inner child. There may also be some communication outside that helps release some things from the past. There might be some truth, some secrets that are exposed that help you to right your relationship with yourself, and help you understand what you've needed. We have Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Again, more communication coming in. We have slow moving, fast moving. All right. You may have people in your life. All right. So your inner child showing there may be folks in your life who are kind of, how can I say that? They are distracting you. Okay, and it's causing, am I loved? All right, so some of you might be dealing with more than one person, or you may have what they're showing is kind of a split mind about your relationships or job or how you feel about yourself. Okay, sometimes you're feeling you know, slow moving. Is this ever going to happen? I need to build a solid foundation. And then other times it's like, whoo, I just need to swoop in and have that passion. So again, it's that highs and lows that I'm seeing here. And your inner child's wanting you to free yourself from the distractions, that you have the strength to face whatever it is in the past that has kept you from yourself, okay? This group, you are in the middle of a healing process, okay? So if you chose this group, you're knee deep in a healing process. If not, this isn't the group for you, okay? But you do have the strength to move through. I love this strength card because she's sort of protecting this deer. Deer has to do with gentleness, okay? But the traditional strength card is a woman with her hand in a lion's mouth, because this is the card of Leo here. It shows taming the beast inside. So what this is showing is your inner child saying, together we're going to tame the beast inside. We're going to tame that looping mind. We're going to tame that part of ourselves that doesn't feel good enough, okay? Because you are good enough. And your inner child's wanting to reconnect with you, to move through the illusions of separation, that you are connected at all times, both with your inner child, your playfulness, and your future self, and yourself that you are right now. This is the self through all the dimensions. So you are connecting back in, and you do have the strength to do this. And remember, true strength is gentle. It's power versus force, okay? Force is not power. You're moving into strength and your own personal power, your own personal signature. And how you do that is through the gentleness and the commitment to tame the beast inside yourself. And we have the Hermit, okay? How you're going to do this, you may walk away from some relationships right now, or just keep to yourself. What they're showing me is spending time in meditation. The Hermit goes off by itself to heal, to learn the mystical information, so that it can shine its light from the mountaintop to the world, okay? The Hermit typically is holding a lantern in the traditional that has the star in it. So that's the card of Aquarius, okay? So they're learning the information of the star so that they can shine it to the world, all right? So what this is showing me, and your inner child is saying, you know, free yourself from the distractions. Too many people are pulling on your energy and it's making you confused. And so it's time to come back in to self. Spend some time in meditation every day. Protect your energy. They're showing me you may need to get off social media for a little bit if you can. Or they're even saying maybe you're watching too many tarot videos, or there's too many inputs, okay? And it's time to get the input from your inner child, from yourself, your own sovereignty first. And what Spirit's saying is that you are safe to see yourself. They're also showing your inner child saying that they're going to send you a support system. So if right now that you don't feel like you've got a support system, that there are people coming in that you could talk to that are going to be helpful to you, that are going to be loving to you, that are going to, help you to reconnect with yourself. It's okay to see yourself. For some of you that had really, really deep trauma, this might be a licensed professional, okay, that you go and talk to that can help you go through safely through any kind of regression that you need to, like past life, or just they're showing me like what do they call that? Like hypnotized therapy, or like, how do you say that? Hypnotic, I guess, therapy. But the whole goal here is for you to come back into yourself, to have a right relationship with yourself, because you're a beautiful shining light. And I feel like the constant overthinking and the self-esteem issues are affecting all of your relationships. And you are here to love and be loved. You're here to be loved. And they're wanting to make that very clear to you. And so take the time to be to yourself for a little bit, be in meditation, reconnect to your inner child, to those feelings of what it would be like if you had the safety that you needed in childhood. If it was a perfect childhood, give that to your inner child. Keep connecting, because there's information there. And I just want to say I love you. I appreciate you. You're important here, and you are worthy of love. Okay, so thank you guys so much. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. For those of you who would like to enter the contest, it's free to enter, free to win. How you do it, if you're not a subscriber yet, become a subscriber. So subscribe and hit the bell button, like and share the video, and then in the comment section below, write self, and that lets me know that you would like to enter the drawing. May 1st, I will do that drawing on video and announce the winner, and hopefully it is you. So thank you so much, and until next time, aloha.